Hello everyone, and welcome over to the tour rink. I'm Chris Treff, joining you just in time. And by just in time, I mean a whole period late. I was finishing up the excitement and snipers game over on the tour rink. Just rushed right over here to this one. I wish I could tell you what was happening in the game, but all I know is that Alkali RPD leads 1-0, so I'll get all caught up at the intermission. But nonetheless, the final regulation game and round robin game for the Golden Knights and Alkali RPD. Like I said, looks like it's a 1-0 RPD lead. 6 seconds left in the period. Chris Treff literally sprinting over from the mission rink over to the rink known as Tour. Face off won by the Golden Knights with 4 seconds left, and then I'll kill this period. So a 1-0 lead for Alkali RPD at the half. We'll take a break and we'll be back after this here on SWH Live. Welcome back in, SWH Live. So I got all caught up on this one. Alex Kyle has the only goal, if you're just joining us as well, for Alkali RPD. Been a pretty even game for what I was told by scorekeeper Mitch Stewart. You know, these two teams, always a battle when they play each other. And so this one's been no different. A power play here for RPD to start period number 2. RPD in the white will go from right to left, and the Golden Knights in black will go from left to right. Down low they go. Alex Kyle looking for a second. He can't get it as that one just misses. Now the puck's played out to the point. Perry in, shoots, he scores! Rips one past James Mello. It's 2-0 RPD, a power play goal. And they go up by 2. Face off won by Noack back at center. Oh, this one's brought up the right side here by Seamer. Seamer down into his offensive zone. Wrist shot. That one is stopped by Zach Lane. Now Olinger back in his own zone. Olinger. Still just patiently waiting behind the net. Now everybody moves around. Pass up to Noack. Noack into the zone. Drops it for Seamer. Seamer tries to rip one towards the front of the net. That one's blocked. And to his puck goes Corey Keller. Plays to his brother Cody. Side half wall, big battle for it, and this one's pushed back into the Golden Knights defensive zone. Olinger finds Seamer up ahead. Seamer, this is Noack with a headman feed. This one goes in behind the net. Now it's Spezia. Spezia up for Kyle. Kyle. Head fakes, moves to the middle, can't shoot. Now fires it back to Bryson Johnson. Alkali RPD, defensive zone. Johnson hands it off to Kyle. Alex Kyle, back to Spezia, high slot. Spezia, to the red line he goes. Goes over in front of the Alkali bench. They were changing, so they're a little bit cautious before someone touched that puck. Loggins, straight off the bench, gets him behind the net, finds Johnson, left wing side. Now Johnson rips one all the way down to his offensive zone. On the far boards, it's Lamoya. Lamoya diagonally up to the red stripe for Loggins. And now Loggins goes in behind the RPD net, leaves it for Johnson. Now back for Loggins. Loggins marinating behind the Alkali RPD goal. Give it off to Perry. Perry behind the net for Loggins. Bryson Johnson rips it around the wall. Lamoya, left wing side, into the zone. Lamoya shoots, Mello the pad save. And the puck goes into the far corner. Alex Barron up the near wall. Controlled by Pama. Uh-oh, a turnover though. Loggins comes into his offensive zone. Loggins, wrist shot, that one goes high over the net. Comes back in front and he plays it off the side of the goal. Lands on the back of the net and they get a whistle. 14-13 left in the second period. RPD a 2-0 lead, a goal from Alex Kyle in the first. And in the second, the lone tally belongs to Ryan Perry on the power play. Looks like we have an issue with the net they're trying to fix. Jordan Thomas wins a face-off for Pama. Alex Barron up the wall. Wall first, out to the red line. It's thrown back to the far side. Garsh controls. Sean Garsh moving around in his own zone. Sends to the right wing side. Ollinger. Ollinger up for Thomas. Pama sets up possession here. Meticulously moving it around, waiting for something to open up. Now it does. Garsh, right wing side. One-on-one with Pat Lee. Shoots. That one kicked out via the right leg of Zach Lane. Now Corey Kettler. Turns and fires over the near side. Archibald. Archibald back into his own zone. Feeding far side for Pat Lee. Now Archibald brings it up slowly. Archibald over to the far corner. Pat Lee checked off the puck. Here comes Ollinger. Ollinger up for Garsh. Sean Garsh pivots. Gets a step. Circles the back of the net. Right. Stops up near side half wall. Goes behind the goal. Savage. Checked there by Noack. Puck comes free. Pat Lee. Up the zone. Corey Kettler. Drops it back for Savage. Who turns and fires to the far side for Spezia. Spezia. Up for Cody Kettler. Cody Kettler. Long pass up for Alex Kyle. Kyle defended by Lauren Barron. Lauren Barron forces a slow pass over the near side, but can't quite get there in time to force a turnover. Savage around the back of the net. Over for Cody Kettler. Now to Spezia. Back for Cody Kettler. Headmans to Alex Kyle. He'll send it on back into his own zone for Scotty Savage. Behind the goal, it's Cody Kettler. Gets it up to Kyle. Now it's Kyle into the zone. Leaves it for Spezia. Spezia, wrister, that one's blocked. Coming in, Seamer, wrist shot. Lane makes a save. It goes to the far side. Spezia gets there. Spezia down to the half wall for Noack. Noack far circle, in front. That one's blocked. Goes into the corner. Seamer gets to it. Seamer out front. And that one misses Noack. Left point, Lauren Barron. To the center point, Ollinger. Ollinger retreats into his own zone. Fires it up ahead. Here comes Travis Snow. Former member of Alkali RPD. No, tries to throw it in front. One's blocked, goes around to the far side. Lauren Barron. Sends this one in deep. Now Ryan Perry behind the net. Grabs it, throwing around to the far side. Bryson Johnson. Sends it up the far boards. Ryan Perry. Back over the near side. That one misses Lamoya. Getting to it is Parker Conant. Conant behind the goal. Taken back by Lamoya. Some nice body play there. Lamoya up the right wing side. Drops it for Loggins. Over for Perry. Perry back to Bryson Johnson. A slow and meticulous hockey game here. Nobody wanting to take any chances. Obviously, Alkali RPD doesn't really need to. They have a 2-0 lead. And Pama, that's their style of game. 9:36 left in the second period. Bryson Johnson still standing behind the goal. Guy moves around, tries to find an opening. Doesn't have it. He'll just leave it to Perry. Perry skates in behind the goal, throws it up the near side wall. Now to Archibald. Archibald into his offensive zone. Archibald gets open, comes in on a forehand and slips it wide of Mello's net. As I'm joined by the one and only downtown George Brown.
What is up?
How we doing, my friend?
I'm all right. I'm all right. 0-3 doesn't look too good, but I'm all right, man.
Okay, 1-3 with all the craziness that's happened today. I wouldn't count you out, especially with a 1-goal loss right there.
Yeah, but the interesting thing is with all the craziness that happens now, there's going to be less 1-3 teams and probably more 2-2 teams. You know, and you're right. The 1-goal differential doesn't help. The 6-0 yesterday with Pama doesn't help either.
But your Roadrunners, if you beat them, you'll be 1-3. So will they.
But then out would already be Coyotes are 0-3, right?
Yes, Coyotes and Sweden.
So,
Connex is 1-2. So
right.
You need a Connex loss to Sweden. Well, that wouldn't matter.
No, it's the 4 teams, I think.
Garsh in, backhand shot, laying the save.
And if we're looking at it that way, the 3 teams that are definitely right now, there's 3 teams that are 0-3. Excitement, Sweden, and Connex. No, Connex is 1-2.
1, yeah, sorry.
Excitement, Sweden, Coyotes. The 3 0-3 teams. There's a 1-2 team, so unless Sweden beats Connex. If Connex goes 2-2, then they're open for us to beat the Roadrunners to make it in.
So they could win and go 2-2 and still not make it in, is what you're saying?
Correct, because the Roadrunners would then go 2-2 and be goal differential. It would go down to goal differential first because they'd both be 2-2. And the 4 teams that would be out would be us.
It doesn't go head-to-head first?
Coyotes, Sweden. I don't think they played head-to-head, did they? Roadrunners, Connex? No.
So goal differential.
So goal differential right away for Roadrunners, Connex. So one of those teams would be out, one would be in, even if they're both 2-2. So
you need you to win and Sweden to win, and then you have to look at goal differential. No, it in, shoots. That one ramps up the stick and goes up and out of play.
And then it's goal. If we win, Sweden wins, it's goal differential with 3 teams. So we need to win by a bunch. And Connex doesn't have a bad goal differential compared to us. And especially to have
6-0 loss hurt.
Connex had 6-0 loss?
No, you.
No, ours, yes. Absolutely.
The 1-goal loss is okay. And a 3-goal loss is iffy, but that 6-goal loss really hurts.
It's bad.
So you got to beat Roadrunners by, you got to beat them by like 4 or 5.
Right. To even
I know
do something
Sweden
there.
beats Connex by 3 or 4. In, long range shot deflected on goal by Barron. Pad save lane.
So it would take a miracle.
I will never say never.
but I'm a Christian, so I know God has worked miracles before. Come on, somebody, and preach to me.
So you went preach, I went Justin Bieber. So
Yeah,
we went two totally different wavelengths.
Yeah, absolutely. Two totally different ends of the spectrum.
Literally, it's like the opposite of each other. Seamer over to the far circle. Up to the high slot. Now let's take it by Spezia. Spezia over to the near wing. Lamoya. Now Seamer. So pretty much down between Conics and Roadrunners for that last spot.
Exactly. Unless
for all
something
intensive purposes.
I mean, unless something wild happens, because if Sweden does win, if Sweden, thank you. If Sweden does win, then it's a situation where Sweden is now thrown into the hat too.
Oh my goodness, John Seamer just annihilated Zach Lane. He goes back to check and see if he's okay. Does RPD have a backup goaltender? Yes, they do.
No, they don't. Yes, they do. Brett Humes.
I honestly don't think Seamer meant to do it. I don't think he really let up. Luckily, Zach Lane's all right for Alkali RPD. Not that they have a bad backup, but.
And Brett Humes is very capable.
Yeah, he's very good.
Started for me last year.
And you know he's good.
Yeah. He played very well when he played for me.
That had to hurt. Because as a goaltender, you don't expect to get hit when you do get clocked right in the helmet. So that's a case, too.
If Pama loses here, they're down to 2-2.
Yeah. Yeah. The goal differential is pretty good, though.
So if the Roadrunners beat us, there's 3 teams at 2-2. And one of them will still be out.
Conics would have to be that, right?
Yeah, it depends. We'll know a lot more in a minute here, because I'm going to go check these standings after this game. So I'm more educated on the broadcast.
Now Lauren Barron around the back of the net. Moves up the floor. Lauren Barron. Puck poke checked away from him. Wouldn't that be crazy if somehow Pama didn't make it? And Conics and the Roadrunners do.
I mean, I don't think Pama has any bad losses, though. They have one loss right now. This is possibly another one because they're down by 2, but the one loss that they had, I think, was a matter of a 2 or 3 goal differential. I've got to check on that.
Over the far side, wrist shot, glove save made by James Mello. But the thing is, Conics doesn't have a bad loss. They lost their games, but they lost them close.
Yeah, I mean, Conics doesn't have, I think Conics has one bad loss in there. I'm going to check that out, Trefty, because.
And they beat the. Who did they beat today? Why am I blanking? They beat the Mudcats by 3.
They did. They did. They beat the Mudcats by 3. Their other game, they lost to Rink Rat 7-2.
Oh, shot off the post. On the rebound, they score. Alex Kyle is second of the game, and it's now 3-0 RPD.
They lost.
I forgot about that.
They did lose to Rink Rat 7-2.
Yeah, that doesn't help them at all. The Roadrunners don't have a bad loss.
How about the RPD Border Cat game earlier?
Yeah. You obviously didn't see that game. Big hit by Bryson Johnson on Walters. In an ice hockey game, I'd have been going nuts because that would have been a fabulous hit. Roller hockey, that's a penalty. Roughing is signaled by Renault. The referee, I'm telling you, you know how Strauss does. That's the best I've seen Strauss play. That was remarkable.
I didn't get to see the game.
I know, that's what I was telling you.
But yeah, that's all I've heard about the game. Strauss. And that's the way.
You know what? The Border Cats were so smart in that game. Like, they had a delayed penalty. Koleski out in front. Seamer's shot. That one goes off a blocker of Lane and out of play. They had a delayed penalty against RPD. They set up a box in their own zone before they crossed the line and just passed it around for, I kid you not, about minute 45.
No.
And killed so much time. And then went and still got a scoring chance out of it, too.
Yeah.
It was like Koleski had those guys so prepared, they played flawlessly.
That's all. And they're playing well. And
I mean, granted,
we'll get down to the nitty-gritty of this. Let me tell you, and I'm sure Matt Koleski, and even though it happened a while ago, I'm sure Matt Koleski is feeling wonderful about that win. Why? Because Joe Cook has probably two of the best Border Cats of all time on his team, Spezia and Perry. Border Cat lifers who Joe Cook went and grabbed. So that win has to feel great because Joe Cook comes in and grabs those guys.
He had a couple guys on the roster we've never even heard of before.
Right.
To replace guys like that.
And they've
Down
done
low, and they score. Sean Garsh makes it a 3-1 game, 3:53 left in the second.
And they've done a tremendous job. Alex Kyle used to play for me. He's now, Joe Cook grabbed him. So Cook just grabs guys whenever he wants them. And on that note, I'm going to shut my mouth and just put it there. But what I'm saying is, it would have felt even better if my team could have pulled out the win against RPD. For me as a coach, it would have felt even better because when we were up 2-1, it was like, all right, my guys can still pull that out even with you taking some of our best guys. And I'm sure that's exactly what Koleski is thinking. Even with you taking some of our best guys, we can still beat you.
You know what's funny too is, remember the last time those two teams played in this building? Do you remember that? It was on this touring. Spezia in front, that one's blocked. And that was the first tournament that those two Border Cats guys didn't play.
You're absolutely
with Border
right.
Cats that play with RPD. It was an overtime victory. I mentioned that on the broadcast over there. It was an overtime victory here in the first round, an 8 seed over a 1 seed.
Wow.
So 2 times in a row, the Border Cats have beaten RPD in this building.
And I'm sure Koleski loves every minute of it. Yes. I'm excited. I mean, unfortunately,
you named your team the excitement.
I know, right? Unfortunately, the excitement aren't in the playoffs. And
Maybe.
Will not be. I mean, maybe. Trust me, I'm going to coach like we're 3-0.
Yeah.
Going for the #1 seed. So that's never going to be anything. And I told my guys that too. But the most important thing is that tomorrow's playoff games, 1 versus 8 is going to be a crazy game. You know? So all the playoff games tomorrow are going to be great. And all the games here have been great. Look at the Sweden game. Even though it was 10-2 final score.
At halftime.
Halftime was 2-2.
It was great. It was a fun game. And honestly, the only reason black guys came back and spanked Sweden there was because Jay Murrow, you literally made them all feel terribly. At halftime, he ripped into him. Got him going. Out of the game at hand. Alex Barron over for Travis Snow. Pama trying to come back in this one. Lauren Barron has no go to the net. Wrist shot, and Lane soaks it up like a sponge and stops the play. 2:11 left in the second period.
This is going to be interesting. You know what else is interesting in that game? Troy Redmond was injured in the game, pulled his groin. So it'll be very interesting to see if he plays the rest of the tournament. Because JP Susko came in, and Susko played well, but we didn't get many shots on him. And then finally when we pulled the goaltender, we got our chances, and I thought we were going to tie that game.
So did I.
In the end there. But
when Matt White turned it over right in the low slot, that's
right,
what I thought it was
right.
And then the faceoff came out to center for some reason, only God knows.
Right. And I don't know. I even asked him, and it was.
You can't say anything about the referees in that game because they let everybody get away with stuff. Shot, that one goes on goal, deflects on net.
Right, and of course I had my issues with the officiating, but nothing we bring up here on air, but yeah. I had my issues with it. I know that last face-off I feel should have stayed inside, but the snipers felt it should have came outside. So,
yeah,
you know.
And they were letting you guys get away with a lot of stick work and stuff they called. Like,
absolutely.
You know, you could say, oh, well, they missed a few things. Well, they also, missed a couple spears, and like it was a feisty game, and they
the refs have been letting a lot go. It's one of those things I could have seen and my guys, listen, killed penalties like crazy.
It was amazing.
Snipers were 1 for 3 on the power play.
And you know what you proved too, and not that you guys are bad. I'm not saying this because like, oh my gosh, you guys were close with them. I'm just saying it in general, as you guys proved that the snipers are human.
Yeah, absolutely. And listen, my guys didn't come in and look down their bench and say, hey, man, oh man, we got to play against Cangelosi, Terry, Kramer, Cannoni, and my guys didn't come in and looking at it that way. We knew we had to come out and play.
And you can't say it's because, oh, they had a backup goaltender in. Because they only scored 3 goals. It wasn't the fact that, that you only got 2. They only had 3 goals.
And Charles Williams played amazing for us. Played amazing for us.
35 seconds left in this one. Spezia moves into his offensive zone. He's going to circle the back of the net. Spezia and Alex Barron into it, yelling at the referee, both of them. But who are you going to please there? Both of them wanted a call. Now Noah, round to the right side, shoots. That one misses wide. Comes out to the point. Walters. A shot deflected in front lane. The save, it's loose. And then we get a whistle. So that ball's played with 1 seconds left. Period number 2.
It was the lowest goal total that the Snipers have been kept to. I pride myself in that. They scored 9 and 5. We kept them to 3. So, and Charles Williams played great for us.
He did. But you guys played good defensively. He didn't have to play out of his mind. There was a couple saves like, yeah, that was good, but there was nothing spectacular. He played a solid game. You guys played amazing in front of him. Face off 1. Back to Lauren Barron. Takes a slap shot. It's blocked. And Grayson Johnson's just going to kill the clock with a dump. This one ends. Alkali RPD victory. Up next, we have Connex Pure and Hockey Boden, Sweden. And George, if you're okay with this, I'm going to give you that one while I work on some stuff. Is that cool to you? Cool. All right. Well, there you have it here from this one, a final. Alkali RPD and the Pama Labeda Golden Knights, a 3-1 win for Alkali RPD. Connex Pure and Sweden. Coming up next after this break, SWH Live.